Welcome to our channel. Please like and subscribe. Imagine living in a country where you work hard every day, but you're still poor. Where you pay most of your income in taxes, but the richest people pay almost nothing. Where speaking out against the system could cost you your freedom or even your life. Now imagine millions of people feeling the same way at the same time. That's how one of the most powerful revolutions in history began. Today, we're going to break down the French Revolution in a simple, clear way, so you can understand not just what happened, but why it changed the world forever. Before the revolution, France was divided into three groups called estates. The first estate was the clergy, the church. The second estate was the nobility, the rich and powerful. And the third estate was everyone else: farmers, workers, merchants, about 97% of the population. Here's the problem. The third estate paid most of the taxes, but had the least power. The first and second estates had wealth, privileges, and influence. This created deep inequality, and over time, frustration began to grow. France was also in serious financial trouble. The government had spent huge amounts of money on wars, including helping America gain independence. At the same time, poor harvests caused food shortages, bread prices went up. People couldn't afford to eat. Imagine struggling just to buy bread, the most basic food. Hunger turned frustration into anger, and anger started turning into action. In 1789, King Louis XVI called a meeting of all three estates. This was called the Estates General. The goal was to solve the financial crisis, but there was a problem. Each estate had one vote. That meant the first and second estates could always outvote the third, despite representing far fewer people. The third estate refused to accept this. They wanted fair representation, and this moment changed everything. The third estate broke away and formed their own group, the National Assembly. They declared that they represented the people of France. Soon after, they made a powerful promise. They would not stop until France had a constitution. This moment is known as the Tennis Court Oath. It marked the beginning of a new political system, one where power would come from the people, not just the king. On July 14th, 1789, something dramatic happened. A large crowd of people stormed the Bastille. The Bastille was a prison, but more importantly, it was a symbol of royal power. The people wanted weapons, they wanted control, and they wanted change. The fall of the Bastille became a powerful symbol of the revolution. Even today, July 14th is celebrated in France as Bastille Day. Soon after, the National Assembly created a document called the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the citizen. It stated that all men are born free and equal. It guaranteed basic rights, like freedom of speech and equality before the law. This was a huge shift. Power was no longer based on birth, but on rights. As the revolution grew, the monarchy began to lose control. King Louis XVI tried to escape, but was captured. Eventually, he was put on trial, and in 1793, he was executed. The Queen, Marie Antoinette, met the same fate. The monarchy was gone. France was now a republic. But the revolution didn't end there. In fact, it became more intense. A period known as the Reign of Terror began. Thousands of people were executed, often on suspicion of being enemies of the revolution. Even former revolutionaries were not safe. Fear spread across the country. The revolution that began with hope turned into chaos. Eventually, stability returned with the rise of a new leader, Napoleon Bonaparte. He brought order, but also became a powerful ruler himself. The revolution had ended, but its effects would last far beyond France. The French Revolution changed the world. It challenged the idea that power belongs only to kings. It introduced the idea that people have rights, and it showed that when inequality grows too large, change becomes inevitable. Because history isn't just about the past. It's about understanding how the world we live in came to be. That was excellent. Please like and subscribe for daily lessons. See you next time.